Good evening. I'm Jessica Tykes, Board Chair of the Youth Job Center. Thank you for joining us for the YJC's annual benefit. We're delighted that you're here with us this evening. This year's theme is Emerge, Immerse, and Flourish. As we enter spring, we can see hope all around us. Hope as the flowers bloom, hope as the temperatures warm up, and also hope for recovery and growth after a period of much suffering and loss. At the YJC, this theme is at the core of our work. Our young people come forward seeking information and opportunity. They immerse themselves in our programs, and we work hard to set them on a path in which they'll flourish. That's the ultimate measure of our shared success. And tonight, you'll get to meet some of our young people, as well as the incredible staff who walk side by side with them through this journey. On behalf of the board, I'd like to thank the staff, volunteers, partners, and donors. All of you have been so helpful and helped the YJC flourish during this very challenging year. We hope our presentation tonight leaves you feeling encouraged for the future. So settle in and enjoy.
Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Karen Tolinar-Demarest. I'm the Executive Director here at the Youth Job Center. Before we start, I want to recognize the immensity of pain and sorrow that so many in our communities have experienced in this past year. For the disproportionate impact of the pandemic on our Black, Indigenous, people of color, friends, neighbors, families, to the increased racial violence in our communities across the nation, we grieve with you. Yet through this, we continue to see examples of our community's strength and commitment. And tonight, we are here to share what we've been doing in the past year at YJC. We're excited to share more about our work, how we've adapted, learned, tested ourselves, grown in this past year of significant change, and share the strength of our participants, our staff, our community in moving forward through these challenging times. But first, I want to share more about how we structured our event tonight. We are actually live in the YJC office, although you wouldn't recognize it. You're going to see some of our stellar YJC staff live, such as Lisa. You'll also see pre-recorded videos. The reason we chose doing both is that we wanted to spend this moment with you. Our priority is to have an authentic experience. And as we all know, sometimes authenticity can surprise us, the joy of live. But we have this great support from Small Forces, the company we're working with to bring you this event. So enjoy. At YJC, our mission has not changed, but now we get to it in a different way. We've altered it in the last year. In our journey toward our true north of helping young people into careers, we've narrowed in on two things. First, despite the fact that our name is Youth Job Center, we know it's not enough to just help young people get jobs. We must make connections for these bright lights for our future to step onto a path to a living wage, meaningful career in which they are productive, respected, and valued. Second, we want to recognize the importance of young people having information and options early. Despite the well-intended effort to get young people to college, we've seen unintended consequences that at times set young people back further than they should be. At YJC, we're committed to supporting these young people as they graduate from high school, providing all sorts of career options and the paths to get there. From going directly to work, into training programs, apprenticeships, career pathways, and also education at a later date. And we will follow them as much as they want so we can support them through the unexpected changes that occur as they enter their adult lives. I'm going to ask you to indulge me for a moment. As you likely know, this event is a fundraiser, a critical part of our revenue supporting this work. And you will see a banner at times on the screen you can give at any time during the evening, and actually even beyond. But right now, I want to start with a different ask. It's very likely that most of the audience and our staff are all in this camp, and if so, just raise your hands and sing this song louder. I'm going to ask everyone watching to think broadly about what and who we value in our society. Early in the pandemic, we saw a new level of respect and value for our healthcare workers, grocery workers, delivery drivers, manufacturers, particularly those making PPE and face masks, others doing essential work. We cannot lose that, and we actually need to seize this moment to expand upon that. So as this evening goes on, we want to share and ask you to share in the chat box the many workplace heroes in our society who might be undervalued. The people we rely on every day for everything from our safety to our meals delivered. I'll throw one out there to get started. Thanks to the person who fixed my water heater last week. We'll share more workplace heroes later. And now you're in for a treat. If you don't already know her, you should. Lisa, our training expert, brings experience, creativity, passion, and boundless energy.
Thank you, Karen. I get so excited when I hear you talk about YJC, right? I'm inspired one more time. Before we get started tonight, good evening, everyone. I want to share what we hope you're watching on YouTube, so you can participate in the chat with us. I see the chats already burning up. Hey, Amanda. Hey, Mary Beth Schrouder. Hey, Jessica. If you're watching on the Greater Giving website, switch to YouTube to participate in the chat. You can just begin typing in where it says live chat and press the send icon when you're done. So let me give you something to talk about in the chat. What I'd like to know is where everyone is watching from. So yes, the person the furthest away will get a prize and a card from Karen.
And you.
I'll send a card too, all right?
Yeah.
And some great YJC masks. The theme for our event tonight is Emerge, Immerse, Flourish. As we emerge from the pandemic, we want to support all young people to flourish. At YJC, we will make sure our young people can immerse themselves in preparing for the imperfect world that we live in and progress toward their unlimited potential. I get so excited when I see youth walk in through the doors at YJC. With 20 plus years of training experience in the workplace, I've got a whole lot of stories to tell, right? And skills to share. So I get excited when they come in, and we are happy to work with them to pursue their career pathways and whatever job it is that they want. So we get to work. And by the time they walk out of training, I am confident, and the youth are confident as well, when I say, bam, graduate, you got this. And Karen, you mentioned our workplace heroes. I want to shout out all of the heroes, the YJC volunteers who make my life so much easier. Of course, led by the one and only Howard, who answers all of my late night emails. Christina Lemprey and the whole North Light team, Matt and everybody. Bill L., as I like to call him. Carolyn Laughlin, you can finish most of my sentences. Bridget and Lori and Steve Lanchek and Mike and all the Kellogg volunteers. Daniel, our resume expert, all our St. A's volunteers. Shout out to all of you. Pete at First Northern Credit Union. Parker and our Fifth House Ensemble Partnership. There are so many more. I also want to shout out our partners tonight.
Yes, thank you.
SWAP, particularly Joel and Castro. The Chicago Public Schools, so much exciting stuff happening with them. Shout out to Maria and Eric and Gloria, all the principals, the teachers, the staff and partners. I mean, it goes on and on and on, right? We have to shout out ETHS. See, I get all excited. I can't even keep my mask on. All right. ETHS, our long-term partners. And now MEAC. Hey, Tana. Hey, Neil. And the progress made together. We got to shout out the city of Evanston, yes, Audrey and Nathan. Hey. And the whole city of Evanston youth and young adult team. I could go on and I could stop, but I'll go on. Chicago Cook Workforce Partnership, Price Waterhouse Coopers, welcome, welcome, welcome. Our IT partners, hey, Kevin Nelson, Bryant Wallace, and Mark Wallace, so excited about what we're gonna do with STEM. Starbucks with Michael Stenson, Chef Q, hey, and so on and so on and so on, but I will pause.
Okay, okay.
Let's see where everyone is watching from.
Steve
in Portland.
Yay!
Hey, Steve. Woo, 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 woo. Oh my goodness.
Free mask.
Jocelyn in Miami. And let's see, I think we've got someone from Montana, Arlington Heights, Chicago. We're Seattle, another Seattle. Alice, hey Alice. Boston, Iowa, Washington. I don't know which one's the furthest. I needed some geography help. So I'm throwing candy to everybody who's watching tonight. Thank you for tuning in to our annual event. We're so glad that you're here.
And you can see why Lisa is such a treasure to have on our team. She gets the young people so excited. I want to take a minute to acknowledge our sponsors. We have had a very long-term, generous premier sponsor from the Steele Foundation. They've been giving to our programs for many, many years, long before I came here. And so to honor them tonight, we're going to play a little game. During the live portion of this event, if you hear the word Steele, and we're not picky about the spelling, be the first person to note it in the chat box and you'll get a prize. We might not even know what the prize is yet. It might not be a great one, but it should be fun. Let's make this fun. So to our live team, don't forget to sneak in the word steal, or steal. We also have sponsorships, a benefactor sponsorship from UPS, brand new this year. Partner sponsors, Northwestern University, Clear Story, Haggerty Consulting, Peter and Dorothy Marks, Romano Wealth Management, all have been supporting us a long time. We have a new one from Everywhere Wireless. Yay, thank you. Also have sponsorships from Amada Law Group, which not only provided a new sponsorship this year, but they donate space for us in Chicago. Texan, John Cahill, and Wintrust. And we could not do this without all of you. So thanks to our generous sponsors. And just a couple more quick thank yous, and then we're going to get to more of the program. You've heard me say this before. YJC's board of directors is the best board of directors there is.
Woo, woo.
Their support, their partnership, their leadership, their push. This year they're pushing us on our equity agenda. They're holding us true to our mission. They're an amazing board, and we are really grateful to work with them. Also, a shout out to J&L Catering, who showed their character by honoring our last year's deposit on an event that never happened for these special deliveries of food that many of you purchased tonight. So special thanks to J&L Catering, particularly in a year like this past one.
Tonight we are on a path to flourishing. So sit back and relax. We have a fun program for you. And now you will get to meet some of our other wonderful YJC team members. One of the things you'll find about YJC staff is that they are passionate about the work. We have a remarkable team here, and many of whom will steal your heart as you get to know them in this video.
Work is something that helps form our identity. And I believe that work can and should be joyful, meaningful, and enriching for everyone. The work that YJC does is really about addressing opportunity inequality.
The young people we have coming in our doors, they really want to work.
They're unemployed, they're sitting at home, they're discouraged. So we're recruiting, we're going out there and saying, hey, we have a program, not only to get you employed, but to get you, started on your career pathway.
It's about helping young people realize what possibility is even out there for them, and providing them with the support, the guidance, the resources, and the encouragement that they need.
We're breaking some of these generational levels of poverty and trauma in our youth's lives, so that not only are they better off, but their families, their friends, their community.
First off, can you tell me, please, what position are you applying for?
All right, so I'm applying for the position to be a program coordinator at Malcolm X College.
We have programs that meet the needs of all our participants. It doesn't matter if you're just as involved, if you're coming out of high school, if you're in high school.
One of the great ways that YJC immerses young folks through the programs is through the work readiness training.
The goal of work readiness training is to set our clients up so that when they go out to apply for the position, that they are the candidate of choice. If you wouldn't mind in the chat letting us know if you already have a LinkedIn account.
Once the pandemic happened, when our schools were shut down, we worked together as a team very aggressively to figure out how to bring those opportunities to our young people remotely.
Like everyone else, we have to kind of jump on board and learn how to do trainings online, how to engage youth online. So that was challenging.
Devontae!
With the pandemic and the way we have been able to pivot, we now have more tools in our toolkit to service our young folks.
Our impact has increased, it's expanded. We're reaching people that we never thought we would.
We're able to get our clients jobs, even in this time of COVID. That is such an amazing feat when so many people are unemployed, and we're still here every day doing that hard work on the ground.
YJC will emerge more ready to take on more tasks and more resources and just more opportunities to share with youth.
We're making a real impact on our clients' lives and letting them flourish.
I always call the Youth Job Center my work family, and I really firmly believe that.
We come from different diverse backgrounds, but we have what unites us is our passion and our dedication to the participants that we serve.
So our young people recognize that, they're not always going to have it easy, but they're always going to have somebody being a champion for them.
Snaps to the Youth Job Center.
Snaps to the YJC team and also to the young people. Snaps to the YJC team and the amazing young people we serve every day, Lisa. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. My name is Ivan Ramos, and I'm the Career Partnership Manager South at YJC. It's a pleasure being here with you. As you heard in those powerful videos, there's lots about our work that helps form our identity. Having strong relationships with our youth is the core of how YJC staff engage, support, and assist these amazing young people as they start their paths. On a regular basis, I'm inspired by the selfless people in this agency and on this board and in our partnerships. These people are true servants of the community, leaders and advocates for all our young people. At times, this work can be hard, but this is what inspires me to continue building meaningful and sustainable relationships with our youth and young adults and our partners who invest so much time in their future, Lisa.
Another thing that I heard in the video, Miss Rose, woo, she was on tonight. Miss Rose, there's some candy for you.
Absolutely.
She said that even though our young people might not always have it easy, they will always have us as their champions. That's what we do at YJC.
Angels.
We will always be in their corner. And speaking of people in your corner, our staff at YJC are so strong, you got to meet some of them in that video, and you'll meet even more tonight. But there are several more who you're not going to be able to see. So, of course, I have to shout them out. And I have to start with Eileen!
Yes, Eileen, absolutely.
Who knows everything there is to know about everything. If you have an issue, Eileen can solve it. Shout out to Walter, who does a terrific job on the YJC finances. Ted, who keeps our grants rolling in. Katie, the master behind all of this event tonight, and so many more. Miss Renetta, whoop whoop, the heart of the organization for almost 16 years. Hester and Amber and Emma and Rowan and Ty, who are all doing wonderful work in our high school supporting young people. Tana and Neil, two new interns, Destiny and Sylvia, and soon to be joining our team, Trevor. And hey, Ty. These are the people that make it happen, and they are my workplace heroes.
Amazing.
I appreciate all of them. And now you get the opportunity to meet some of the people we are championing right now. Heroes like Korea and Kathy and Elizabeth will steal, Jess, did you get that one? The show.
Steal the show.
I always liked helping people. Knowing that if I could do something better for somebody else, it makes me happy.
Like serving others, I love being able to help anyone who's in need.
I've always wanted to be the person that's like, oh, I can help you, I can do this for you, oh, I can take care of you. So I've always wanted to be a nurse practitioner, something in the healthcare field.
It's really hard to get into a hospital, especially being at such a young age.
YJC is an organization that brings a lot of help to students and other people who need it and don't have access to those resources.
I was given a list of jobs that I can apply to. I was given training on on etiquette for how I would engage with employers.
You could always speak to somebody, and they will always have like helpful resources to figure out what you want to do.
They motivate me, they push me. Ms. Williams, she gives me several opportunities to do what I need to do.
Working with Rose has been just phenomenal. She's been like an angel to me.
Nobody's gonna do the things that the Youth Job Center instructors do.
They are doing good acts of kindness to help other people's lives and help them become successful people and better for their families.
They're helping kids who who don't have anyone else to help them. They're giving kids opportunities that they've never had.
I actually just started my PCT program, which is the Patient Care Technician program at Chicago Community Learning Center, and YJC is being that support that I need in order to be successful in that program.
I'm actually working at Rush Oak Park Hospital. So I actually got the opportunity to shadow a nurse for 2 weeks. So that's where I'm at now. And hopefully I get to stay there.
I want to be somebody that can help someone else because I know how I felt when my family member was in need or I was in need. I want to be the person that they said, yeah, she helped me and she made sure I was okay. I want to be that person because, that's what it's all about. That's everything to me.
Hi, my name is Rico Sanchez, and I'm the Senior Program Manager North here at YJC. Although I've only been here for a few months, I can say the entire staff, most of the staff, have been a joy to work with. I should share that Ivan and I have known each other for years and have a lot of fun together. He's passionate, genuine, funny, gifted, and has nerves of steel. As you just heard, our healthcare heroes shared how the YJC staff provided help and access to resources they did not have, all the while motivating and pushing them toward their personal success to build strong lives for themselves and their families. We've all been in need, although that need varies a lot based upon your income levels, access, and more. Most recently, in a piloted program called Plugged In CEO, YJC has partnered with Kurt's Cafe, the Moran Center, and the City of Evanston to work with justice-involved youth. One of the participants was struggling to make rent and had transportation issues. We were able to connect them with someone at one of those agencies who knew of a job that not only paid well, but was near their apartment. I can still remember the email that I received that simply just said, "I got the job." We know we couldn't do this without the great partnerships in place. At the core, we all want to be the person that helps others.
So true, Rico. All the YJC Angels are focusing on helping youth become successful as they start their career paths. If I had to choose an angel, I would choose all the angels who support YJC and see the value of our work. I want to do a shout out to all the many YJC participants over the years who are the workplace heroes. Many of our young people work in healthcare, retail, and hospitality. These jobs are essential, not only during the pandemic. Rico, let's go back to a statement Kara made about workplace heroes. Who are yours besides me, of course?
Not even close. I would say it's my mom, to be honest with you. She worked at a business school for 2 years and then got a job for the Department of Human Services for over 35 years.
That's amazing. Yeah. I want to share some of my workplace heroes who are employer partners. We have so many, but I'm going to name just a few. Friedman Seating Company provided great opportunities in manufacturing. Gap and Old Navy, companies that not only provide opportunity, but support to advance, grow, and work those young folks into careers. UPS is a strong partner that has opportunities way beyond delivery. Everywhere Wireless, a new employer partner who is training people in installer positions, a partnership with CARE program, and BMO Bank, where our young people are getting some great opportunities. And other great employers, including Mariano's, Equus Healthcare, Systems, and Vietnam Nam. I can go on and on. Despite these wonderful opportunities for our young people, we recognize the challenge youth face getting started in careers. Sometimes they just don't know about them or what they actually are like day to day. And we still ask them to figure it out. At 18, what do you do at 18? What do we know about ourselves at 18? Rico, what did you know about yourself at 18? Hold that thought. Let's watch this video.
Ooh, what did I want to be?
Oh boy.
Yeah, think about that.
I had no idea what I wanted to be when I grew up.
When I was younger, I wanted to be a superhero. I know that was one thing that I wanted to be.
I wanted to be a poet as like a poet, like a career as a poet.
I really wanted to be a radio broadcaster. I wanted to be a radio personality.
I always knew that I wanted to be a teacher.
Well, I knew I was going to be yakking.
I know at least when I was getting ready for college, I was interested in practicing law.
First wanted to be an editor at a publishing house.
A composer and choral director.
And then I stumbled upon psychology and I was like, oh, I really like this.
I know at one point I wanted to be a writer.
And then I had an intro course to social work and I was like, wow, this kind of is the best of both worlds.
I love to talk. I got in trouble for talking so much in grade school. And I knew that I wanted to be able to in some way. And so I've been training all of my professional life.
I still write and perform, but I'm also, and again, as I mentioned earlier, I use that in my platform at work as well.
I wanted to be a mother, but I mostly think that came out of the need to nurture, to support, to help, to grow, to mold. And that's exactly what I'm doing every day with the young adults that I service.
To be a teacher was more than just being in a classroom space in a school building. That I could be a teacher in a lot of other forms that still will allow me to touch the lives of those that wanted support and needed support.
It took me 17 years, 7 universities, and 5 different majors just to finish 1 bachelor's degree. And throughout that experience, I think there was a little bit of shame that I felt for not having the, the linear approach to college, finishing in 4 years, knowing exactly what I wanted to do. And so I think now I think of my story as something powerful, something to share with people that, hey, your career journey and your aspirations will change as you do and as you grow. And it took all the way until my mid-30s to realize what I wanted to be when I grew up.
Wow, that's some good stuff, Rico. I especially like superhero. I still want to be that sometimes. I also heard teacher, editor, lawyer, composer, psychologist, writer, social worker, choral instructor, and more. Everyone, if you could just put in your chat box what you wanted to be when you were 18 to help us with this mission of ours. When I was 18, I wanted to be a poet. Luckily for me, I still write and perform and use poetry as a way to connect with participants. I also loved Lisa's story about getting into trouble for talking, and all the while it was in our future. Lisa, great choice.
I love what Nudana said about our work is to nurture, to support, to help, to grow, and to mold. We do that in our personal lives, and we at YJC are lucky to have this opportunity with our young people to support them in this way. I also appreciated how Rose shared how she can be a teacher in a lot of other forms, but the basis of touching lives of those that want and need support is what's important. And what about Michael's story, him taking 17 years to complete his bachelor's degree? 17 years, or as we call it here at YJC, the last time Yvonne got a haircut. But I love how Michael stated that your journey will change as you do.
So let's read some from the chat, Rico.
Yeah, look, movie star, someone said.
Teachers, city planners, TV producers.
Wow.
That's amazing,
awesome.
amazing.
Yeah. And now we want to introduce you to a special YJC bright light, Sabrina. Sabrina will steal your hearts.
What drives me is the situation that I was born in. I come from a broken home. Sometimes you become homeless, escaping a situation that is unhealthy for you. Not because you did anything wrong, but because you want to escape to something better. And that's what I did. YJC was able to assist me as I was trying to find a better place.
It's hard, right? There's so many systems out here. Young people face so many challenges. So they need that safe space. And I think that's one thing that YJC provides is young people a safe space.
It's hard finding help, especially when you're doing it all on your own. So when Kwambini helped me, he invested into me because he saw he sees potential within me. And that makes me happy. I almost talk to him on a daily basis. And I don't have any parents in my life. My dad's no longer a part of my life. And I see him as like a father figure.
I love interacting with young people. I love getting to their story, like what makes you upset, what makes you happy, what is your goals in life, what challenges do you face? Just helping the young people achieve their goals.
I have my own place, as you can see. I designed it myself. The energy that I'm putting into my work, it's just had such a positive impact on me. And it makes me feel like I do have a purpose for living, that I'm not just living just to live, but I'm living to serve others. I want to be someone who holds weight, who is worthy of accomplishing anything.
Being able to provide these critical resources to those young people, and to do it in a caring way, and to do it like with their voices, and uplifting them, and not making them feel like they're less than, is another joy of doing this work.
Thank you for taking the time to invest into me and see the potential that others don't see. And you have changed my life, especially when I became homeless and I had nobody else. Thank you so much for helping me prepare me for my future and being there through the thick and thin and holding my hand through the unknown, because it's scary. And a child cannot be raised without a village. It takes a village to raise a child, and I am that child that's being raised.
As a child, I was often silenced. I was told to stay in a child's place. So when I was asked to speak up, no words would come out. I no longer had a voice of my own. Writing became my main source of communication. It first began as a hobby, then it became my escape. From the 4 white walls in a room that entrapped me, soon turned into a space for dreaming and reading, gradually shifting the tone of my writing from informal to journalistic. My diary entries soon became short stories, filled with characters who took on the identities of real people. Storytelling is now the core of who I am. Free Spirit Media gives me a platform to continue to explore my potential as a storyteller and a creative writer.
YJC is about possibility and breaking generations of poverty. YJC heals and builds community. YJC is a village that protects the vision of its children and follows each step of their journey. YJC is a collection of all peoples and cultures, servants from all places united by a common vision. YJC embraces uncertainty and empowers our village to dream and have courage. YJC is a collection of voices giving breath to the voiceless, providing hope for the hopeless. YJC is expanding and adapting to the needs of our village, creating change through collaboration, building connections to the future, one story at a time.
Thank you for dedicating your time to helping people like me. Thank you for doing your best to make sure we're happy and successful.
I would like to thank and applaud them for providing us with the necessary tools for us to get ahead, and also motivating us. staying in our ear, being someone that we can go to about anything.
Thank you so much for all the help that you've provided me into getting back my career and a better future for my son and I.
Rose, she's been such a great career coach. She always reaching out to me, making sure I've been okay. I've had everything that I need.
Thank you to you guys for being supportive, for creating this program in the first place, because it's a lot of stuff I didn't even know.
I'm really thankful for all your help and all your coaching and just taking some time out of your life to try to help someone else. So I'm really grateful for you guys.
It can be difficult occasionally to know what's safe and what's not. And it's really nice that YJC has been so step forward, on the ball about all of the things that have made me feel safe.
That leaves a mark on people. It even makes me want to be better as a person to help other people.
It's not often that you find people who are so selfless and willing to take that step to go out of their way to help a stranger. And it's really touching for me that YJC has done that.
That thank you video is to our staff, to you, our supporters, partners, friends, and community. Thanks to all of you. My name is Jude Laude, Director of Programs for YJC. I've been with YJC since last summer, and I'm loving our work, our team, our communities. It's been really nice tonight to share some pieces, only some pieces of our work. And I can share with you that we have just scratched the surface this evening. We are a moving, evolving organization driven by doing the most we can do for all of our young people. I'd like to share a couple of areas in which we are growing. We've been certified as a Financial Opportunities Center by the Local Initiative Support Corporation, known as LISC, providing financial coaching and support for our young people. This is a critical third leg of the YJC stool, along with training and employment, so young people can build their wealth over time. That leads to transformative change. We are expanding career pathways opportunities in partnerships with organizations. We are working with partners to envision training in entrepreneurship, so young people can not only think about their careers, but work towards being in business for themselves. We intentionally made this an hour so we could spend some fun quality time with you this evening, but also honor the many pulls that we know you have in our lives, so we really appreciate it. And know that we could have talked for probably another hour or two. So please feel free to reach out to any one of us on the staff through our website or directly contacting our offices if you have further questions about our work. This is heart work. I keep touching my heart. It's heartfelt. It's hard, but it's wonderful. And we appreciate all that you all do to make sure we can continue this work, Karen.
Thank you, Jude. So the raffle, for everybody that bought raffle tickets, there will be a cutoff tomorrow at noon, and we will determine Monday morning the winner. So stay tuned. We'll be happy to share that with you soon. And before we steal away, please know how delighted we are that you joined us tonight, that you took the time to spend with us. Thank you so much for your support. You heard Sabrina share that she has a purpose for living. Every young person has a purpose for living, and we will be with them through the thick and the thin, so they can each figure out what theirs is. And we know this work is more important than ever now. Through it, we can bring more fairness to our communities. And back to my earlier ask, you heard from a few of our staff some of the examples of their workplace heroes. We want young people to see these careers as valued and important in our society, as they truly are. So if you haven't shared yet, go to our Facebook or Instagram page and share your workplace heroes. We want to elevate the value of these roles, so here's my starter list. Grocery and retail workers, delivery drivers, those who build and maintain our roads and bridges, the linemen who brave the storms to fix power outages, which we're actually having here in Evanston today, those who pick up our recycling and garbage, wow, imagine life without them, plumbers, roofers, construction, retail, restaurant, and catering workers, the facilities persons, including mechanical systems people from HVAC to elevators, mass transit, cab, Uber drivers, inspectors of planes, trains, and automobiles, and oh so many more.
Yep.
Let's share respect for the array of careers that make up our world, and let's have young people all have access to them. Thank you and good night.
Night.